What is going on, everyone? And welcome to my Jade Starlight Forest quick guide. And in this video, I wanted to show you what it's like and how you should expect to grind a Jade Starlight Forest. I know a lot of people that usually wait a little bit, maybe like a few weeks to a month, before actually grinding the new areas because they want to let the spot die down a little bit before going there themselves. All the 700 plus gear score people are probably done at this point. So in this video, basically, I'm going to show you what to expect, what kind of pulls there are, and I recorded a little clip, like 10 minutes or so, of me going in circles of the rotation. Now, ultimately, the spot itself is less relevant because what you're going to be doing is doing like 3 different pulls with braziers, and that's usually enough for most classes to do well, and you won't need more before the respawn hits. So generally, I would say 3 is a good thing. So anyway, what you should expect in no particular order, I'm just kind of showing you stuff on the screen, and if you want to watch like a full hour video of me doing it, you can find it on the channel, or I'll leave a link in the description to something, and you can just watch me do like an hour loop, so it might help you more than this. But overall, what I'm going to explain is the different kinds of packs and the possessed ones. So as you're going around in your circle, you're going to kill the regular ones, and there's 3 types of enemies. Let's call them the small, the medium, and the large one. And the small ones, what they do are they explode and they shoot like a frost like cone thingy out in front of you. And those are usually the weaker ones, but they spawn in groups of like 2 or 3 depending on the regular or possessed ones. If they're in the possessed ones, first of all, you'll notice because there'll be a little red banner at the bottom that says like something possessed comes out, and you'll see some like white circles come on the ground, and that means it's gonna be 3 mini ones, so the small ones. And the best way to get rid of them is you line them up or group them up near a brazier or the jade lantern thingy, basically the center piece that looks different than the enemies. And what that does is it allows you to either debuff or it knocks the enemies down. So like a knockdown is generally good for clearing them pretty quickly. And if it's like a lantern one or the light, jade light, then it'll debuff the enemies. So on the screen you can see like a blue shield icon, and what that means is the enemies will take more damage, but I think they also do more damage as well. But either way, it's not really a big deal. If you're going there, you're probably like maybe 280 AP, 340, 350 DP at minimum. That's what I would recommend personally. So once you're there, it's no big deal. And you'll see the 3 mini ones. That one personally is my favorite one because it's the least annoying to do. And later on, you'll see 2 medium ones. So the way you'll notice that when the red banner comes up is you'll see 2 blue or teal, I guess, circles come on the ground. That means 2 enemies that are possessed are coming out. And this one is probably the more annoying one to me because of the mechanics they do. It's not really mechanics, it's more their movement patterns. So when you see 2 of them, 2 medium-sized ones, what's going to happen is they're going to, like, they shoot cones in like a teal pattern, so it's pretty obvious you'll see it. But the hardest thing is grouping them up because they sort of like teleport backwards or like go invisible and move around a lot, so grouping them up is difficult. So when you see that, you bring them to a brazier or a lantern, and once you destroy that, it either knocks them down or debuffs them. And generally you kind of want to just group them up as much as possible to save time, and it'll be easy. So that's what's going to happen with those. 2 of them, they're mildly tanky, but their movement is probably the most annoying one. And after a little bit longer, the final possessed form is 1 giant or the large version of the Yeti thing. And this one is probably the one that's the most dangerous, but if you know what to look out for, it's pretty easy. So first of all, since there's only one, it's tankier, and it'll probably take you the most time to kill. So I would recommend it's if you kill like a group and it spawns immediately, look for the shield or the blue shield icon that you broke the lantern or the brazier near. And if it doesn't have the debuff on it, there's usually some sort of brazier or lantern very close by in every pack. I've grinded a lot of different spots. So you bring it to there, it'll teleport near you, and what you're going to want to do is make sure it has a debuff on him. Otherwise, it's going to take you at least like a minute to kill. So anyway, with that said, what his attack pattern is it does one big AoE that it looks like it's not that bad. You could probably tank it, or just you could really face tank it with like 360 DP and up, but it'll kind of hurt. My recommendation is just holding block until the end, because the pattern it does, it's kind of like a lot of enemies in this game. You know how, let's say your attack thingy, like let's say you do any attack but it hits like 9 times or something, it looks like the animation is over, but then you'll still be taking random chip damage. So just hold block until the end, or until you figure out what you can iframe out of. So that's really the most dangerous thing. Once you see the big AoE around him, just hold block for a good like 10 seconds and then you'll be fine. So in my experience, the embers, which is why you're here, or the flame itself, it drops from mostly the possessed ones, and that way you'll probably get more embers there, but you can get embers from the regular ones, the non-possessed ones. So ultimately it's good to kill everything you see. Try not to leave anything behind. If you see something, kill it, because the next pack won't respawn until you clear, I think, either all of them, or if you leave the possessed ones, the regulars don't spawn until you clear the possessed ones. So always prioritize possessed, because they have the higher chance of flame and ember drops, which is why you're here, I'd like to assume. And with that said, those are the 3 mechanics you should look for. But most of all, if there's a lantern or brazier thingy, tower, light source, make sure to group them near there. It'll put a blue like debuff on the ground, which weakens them. So if possible, kill those first before the enemies itself. And with that said, that's pretty much it for this guide. It's pretty straightforward. I actually thought it was one of the easier guides or rotation grinds, because it's really just back and forth. You could go in a straight line, 3 different like brazier lantern thingies, and then go back. So there's no circles. It's just kill point A, B, C, repeat. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to drop a quick like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and all that stuff that other YouTubers tell you to do, and stay tuned till the end if you want to see how to get the actual Labreska helm. I luckily got mine within like mid-30s embers, but I've also had a ton of hours where I got 0 embers. So I think I spent maybe like 40-ish hours grinding before I got mine. And yeah, so it's over. Good luck to all of you. Make sure to keep an order on the market just in case, because grinding there is not the most profitable, but as I always say with all the other potion and like rare items that you get, you're not really there for the money. It is nice, but you're there for the rare drop. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. I had 32 embers, but I think that took me like 25-ish hours. I've had a lot of hours with 0 embers, so that's the thing. Rip. Level 10 Griffin Helm. Begin crafting the helmet. Oh, did I have a cutscene this time? That was a lot. Oh, we got it.